Hi everyone, I am here today with a brand new story. This time, I will talk about the greatest romance my mom has ever known. Now, as I mentioned before, my great grandparents were my mom's primary provider. By the time she was born, my grandparents' salary was not enough to provide for all the children that still needed to be sent to school and be fed. It was due to my great grandparents' support that they were all fed and were able to go to school. They showed a lot of love to her. Naturally, her grandparents meant more to her than her parents due to this. Like any child, she paid a close attention to the kind of relationship they had, and to this day, even though she's 70 years old, she still believes that they had the most ideal relationship. And here's the proof. Her grandfather was a farmer and a very zealous one at that. It was the reason why he and her grandmother can afford the numerous children my grandma had. He goes to the farm every day except Sundays. Her grandmother would stay at home to prepare food for her husband and making herself beautiful every day. According to my aunt, she remembered her grandma would just stare out the window while my great grandfather was still outside doing farm work. So it's believed that my great grandma would just wistfully look out the window, waiting for her husband to come home. When he goes home, he would fetch water from the spring which he owned. The people of Kapul take their baths, wash their clothes, and drink the water. This spring water still exists today and is continuously used for the same purpose. Now, there is only one reason why he would fetch water from the spring personally, and that is to give to his wife. The water would be used for her bath as well as to use for any cooking that may be done, like when she makes chocolate drinks when he gets back from the farm. When he arrives to the house with the water, he boils some and prepares to give it to her grandma, and he would personally bathe her. My mom testifies that he enjoys doing it for her. After the bath, they would have dinner and walk a little bit by the seashore since their house is nearby. As his wife, she was untouchable by anyone. This is because my great grandfather had a reputation of being a physically strong man, and his eldest child is the first judge of Kapul, and the other son is the chief of police. My great grandmother was one of the luckiest ladies. He kept this routine until he died. Another instance is during Sundays, they go to church with his arm over her shoulders and would assist in whatever is needed in church, such as helping her kneel or stand up after kneeling. And please note, the people were very conservative at the time. It was very unheard of to display acts of affection in public, even amongst married couple. Another is when they would go swim in the sea. My great grandfather would pound those white stones from the sea and then use that to make her teeth shiny. Up to her death, her teeth were in impeccable health. Well, at least the front teeth. It's said that the lime of the pounded stone was the one that resulted in her healthy teeth. We don't know if it's true. The people of Kapil never do this. She was the only one that did this. My great grandfather died around 11 months before my great grandmother died, and she stayed by his side till the very end. When he died, my great grandmother was devastated. My mom said if it weren't for the intervention of her and her other siblings, my great grandmother would have joined my great grandfather sooner. She wouldn't eat unless forced to, and she never went back to walk on the beach like she used to when my great grandfather was still alive. My mother used to sleep in her grandparents' ancestral home because her aunt was the only one not married, and she was the only one with my great grandmother after my great grandfather died. So my mom and her elder brother would accompany their grandma at night. They slept in the living room. Her grandma would sleep in the middle of the group. And when they wake up any time early in the morning, she would weirdly be in her room, rather than in the living room with them. When my mom asked her, she told her that Grandpa visits at night and he would take her to their room so that she could lie on their marital bed and he would sit next to her to watch over her. When she was awake after being brought to the marital bed while she was still sleeping, she never saw his face. She only saw his back while she was sitting on the bed. He never faced her. There is a belief that a soul will never show their faces. My mom told me that great grandmother would be very happy at these moments because she was with her husband, and become incredibly sad once morning comes because he would leave by then. The reason why my mom always believed that they had the best relationship ever is because they not only withstood the test of time, but according to the children and relatives, they never quarreled. Now you can tell if there was any quarrel because the house was made of wood, so it was easy to hear anything. It was also her grandpa who gave her way to anything his wife asked for. Not to say she was a spoiled brat. She was very reasonable and nice. This is just how devoted my great grandfather was to her. He just couldn't bear to fight with her at all. What a wonderful and enviable relationship. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please comment down below. Thank you. Bye.